DevNexus, we just were at the keynote, and now, Sean, you can tell us all about the different thoughts that run through your mind during the keynote.
I didn't say it explicitly during the keynote, but this is the first conference presentation I've given since the pandemic.
Okay.
So the last time I gave any presentation was 2020 here at DevNexus, and it was in February that year. And it was the end of February, so like the week after that, everything went into lockdown, here at least in the United States. And that was it. I mean, nobody did conferences after that, and then some people did virtual the next year, and it just changed everything. All our projects changed, our focus changed. I wasn't thinking conference. I was thinking about getting, like, helping, doing whatever I could to help, you know? Okay, so when this year's call for proposals came around, I'm trying to answer your question. I know this is a long backstory, but I'm almost done.
No, but I love it. I always love this backstory.
Because it's really important to help folks understand the emotion that I experienced, which was the call for papers comes out. I know you saw this stuff. I knew it was going to be good. It's good,
yes.
Right? And so I emailed Pretty Convinced that, guys, I'm going to submit this as a session, but this could be a keynote. This is badass. Like, take a look at these videos. You tell me, you know, don't do me a favor, but consider it. And I don't know the process, but they were like, yeah, this is good. You're in. And it was that easy. So all this time leading up from October to now, I was kind of like, yeah, no big deal, right? And then I get here, and everything's done, all the code's done, the slides, I'm ready to go. I've given this presentation internally. I realize, oh crap, I haven't given a conference presentation in years, and I'm gonna walk out onto a keynote? A keynote? And that's how I'm gonna, like, forget wading into the pool, I'm just gonna dive right in?
Of course.
Yeah. But there was a moment last night, I didn't feel any pressure until last night and this morning, and I couldn't sleep. Not because I was scared, it was just I was like, I'm ready to go, let's go. I gotta get on there, let's go. Let's get on stage and let's do this. But I could not sleep, so I was up at 5 just going through my stuff, clicking around, making sure I was cool with it. Nervous energy, and I remember even walking from the hotel to the conference center here. Even crossing the street, I couldn't cross it fast enough. I wanted to run. And then when I got up on stage, as soon as I got up on stage and they had the mic on me and everything's getting ready and people are coming in, but we haven't started yet, I was good.
Yes.
It just locked in.
That moment, I mean, that is the moment where your brain sends all these chemicals and say, you are doing it. Like, all this dopamine, endorphins, like
whatever it is, exactly.
Yes, we are there.
Agreed.
Okay, no, so many things for me. Your keynote was so many things for me. From one side was the human side, like really the human biological brain side, and the mysteries and all the questions that we have on that domain. So it was awesome seeing that. What are our new horizons? Because you are opening new doors.
I hope. I think and I hope.
No, you can, as you said, like they saw this path, they saw this
roller coaster of data, right?
And it's like, what is that?
Yeah, and it's different. It's different. I tried searching on Google and we couldn't find anything. We couldn't. I mean, you know. I didn't spend that much time. I didn't want. I was hoping that nobody had done this before because I'm like, I can raise a little tiny flag and say, hey, I came up with something new, you know, and maybe write a paper about it, right? But like, I didn't find anything. I don't think anybody's explicitly tried to take UMAP algorithms intended for machine learning and then reapply it back to BCI data in the way that we did. Maybe somebody's done something similar, but you know, and maybe they have it, but it certainly isn't a common practice.
But what I want you to also check is that while you are visualizing the data, like just by allowing scientists to see it, to recognize the pattern so obvious into their eyes, that is totally different. That's totally new, and that.
Yeah, I think so.
Like as you said, maybe the models and UMAP, okay, somebody has done it, but going the extra mile of showing beautiful pixels really fast, I haven't seen it.
I know, and Me either, and you're right, and that's what makes it special, I think.
Of course.
I really, in my experience, folks out in the industry, it doesn't matter what the domain is. If you need software, visualization has a very important role, either up front, because you don't understand the problem, and you need to find ways to understand it, or at the end, where you want to confirm and verify that what you've done is working the way you expect. And in this case, we're hitting both.
No, Sean, you're hitting a third one.
Okay.
Let me tell you, because
Hold
here,
on, I gotta write this down for my resume.
here, no, because here you have a question and you say maybe this is the solution, but I don't see it. But you are in a quest.
Yes.
Here is like, oh, did I prove it? Maybe did all my hypotheses or my theories made it, or totally like.
Right.
And now what you have is like, what is all this?
Right.
And now you can have new questions. And sorry.
That's right.
It's because
There we go.
was the
Perfect.
solution. See, now you have new questions. As you said, I don't know, what does that mean? So now.
But now I know that there's something there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now there are going to be new questions because there's something new to see.
I agree. And the analogy I tried to use, and I don't think I articulated it the way I wanted to in the keynote, but I do believe this is the case. Mountain. I tried to use a mountain analogy. You climbed in a mountain, right? And you can see, right? Why do we climb to the top of mountains? Because we want to know. Some say, oh, because it's there. You know, it's like, no. We want to be able to get to the top and see the world from a whole new perspective, right? That is undeniable. You can't see it any other way, right? And also, it is an accomplishment. But what happens when you climb the mountain? Well, you're done. That's it, right? It's actually kind of discouraging after that. What do you do? But what better experience than to climb the mountain and get to the top and look around and find out that this is just one of many mountains. And you wouldn't even know those mountains are there until you got to the top. What a feeling. Of it, at first you may say, well, there's despair. There's so many more mountains I have to climb. But what else are we here for?
Yes.
Climb those damn mountains. And that's what we're trying to do with tools like this.
No, and also is not only seeing that, but at the end of the day is seeing other things that you miss from the uphill perspective.
Right.
Now you have a different perspective, and suddenly what didn't make a pattern.
All right, you didn't see it on the way up, but you turn around and look at it, like there's a Chick-fil-A. I could have stopped for a sandwich. Like that. Yeah, right. I didn't know that.
Yes.
I'm using a mountain analogy.
Yeah.
There's Chick-fil-A's in the Himalayas, probably.
Probably,
The Andes,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right.
Or
The Sierra Madres. Yeah, it's
well,
probably.
Of course, what are the tourists going to eat?
Yeah,
They
right.
need to eat.
Yeah, right. That's why nobody hikes up the mountains on Sundays, because they're closed on Sundays.
Yeah, of course, that makes So.
Lori's laughing. She's laughing. She's not sure if this was a good idea or not. She's
No,
just.
like stop it. Like go on.
Yes, the Software Development Conference talking about Chick-fil-A's in the Himalayas. That's
Yeah,
excellent.
because why not?
Yeah. What other conference do you get that? Here
Exactly.
at DevNexus.
Exactly. Okay, so the other thing is you were talking yesterday about bringing passion into young developers and creating these dreams and make them reignite or even discover the new paths that they can take. How do you actually, or what would you suggest the new generations to do?
Okay, so don't buy into hype. Don't do something because people around you are doing it. Do something because you want to do it. And do something because it's hard.
Oh, okay.
Don't do things that are easy. What do you? If it was easy to do, then it probably wasn't worth doing. You know, somebody else. And then on the flip side, the best advice I ever got from my career. I was faced with the choice of taking a job that was very similar to the one I already had, staying where I was at, or maybe making the jump and moving to a whole other state, far away, and working for a NASA company. And I didn't know what to do. I was 30. That was a baby, right? And I went and talked to one of the older guys, and this is the advice I have for the younger generation of developers. Anybody, don't not do something because of the bigness of it. Do it or don't do it because it's the right thing for you. So if you see something and it's big and it's huge and it's tough, but it's good, it's right, man, do it. Why not? Why not you, right? Your hands aren't broke. If you're a coder and your hands aren't broken, you can type. Yeah. That's all you need to do, right? And it's not like you see the stuff I do, I just put the work in. It's not like I have some sort of extra thing up in here. I can prove that. I have the software. Like right? For the brain stuff, right? I can prove that there's nothing special about me, other than I put the time in. And,
exactly.
And when you put the time in, it doesn't matter the technology. It doesn't matter what the language is. It doesn't matter what the tools are. It doesn't matter if you're using Python or Java or C or whatever. Perl, please, do it. But you put enough work in, you're going to get the results. And you know, the old adage of like, do what you love and the money will follow is also true. I think a big problem with younger developers especially is they're very worried about their careers. Mm-hmm. And they're worried like anybody else. But the translation of that in the real world is, okay, well, how do I guarantee that I have a job? Well, I need to learn the cool tech, or cool this or cool that. Okay, that does work.
Fair.
It does work. But what they're trying to do is climb the bleeding edge mountain of technology. You're never going to get to the top. If you ever get to the top of the bleeding edge tech mountain, it's because that's no longer the mountain, and you just didn't realize it. So you can run that race for a while, but you're going to burn out, and all it does is kind of get you in the door. It doesn't really do much for your career to bounce around like that. Far better is to find some technology that you choose for the problem because it's a good choice. And sticking with it and putting the time and the effort into it to solve a non-trivial, a hard problem. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't mean hard as in like, you know, trying to get unions to work together with management or trying to get Democrats and Republicans to agree. That those things are not hard. Those are impossible, right? Pick something that's hard but technically attainable and just start pounding away on that. And I guarantee you, employers, communities, they will notice that. It's just, it's not going to get, it's going to take time. You're looking at months and maybe even a year or two of effort before it really starts to pay off. But at the same time, you can accelerate that. The hard work accelerates it, but also talking with people, socializing it. Finding these conferences, talking with people like you, who you are so well connected. I don't know anybody, I know you. Well, I am pretty convinced. And Lori, who makes fun of me, but like, yeah. Well, she keeps me in my place. But the point is, like, I don't know anybody, and yet just knowing you four, look where I am. And that's, work on your social skills, work on communicating it. The most successful people in this life it's really their ability to communicate. It really is. So my advice to the young developers is, don't be afraid to try something that's hard. Work on hard things. Put the time in, socialize. If that means going and doing a keg stand at a party, okay. What I'm really thinking is like learn to talk to people. Like,
yes.
Yeah, if keg stands are the de jour, okay, fine, you're gonna have to do one, but I haven't done one in a while.
No, but you said like, as software developers, we have to start new domains, and sometimes we have to be very, very proficient in what we do and start learning. So that's some serious skills that we already have.
Yep.
So we need to capitalize on those. And I wanted to point out that you started in a domain that usually takes people aback, like neuroscience. Like we're working either with rockets, brains, or something. You picked the most scary or domains, and when I see what you're doing, and it's amazing, it's like, oh my God,
yeah.
I wish I had your courage.
Right there. No, right there. What are you waiting for?
Yeah, of course.
Stop. Take that microphone off. Stand up. Go apply to a job. My organization, Applied Physics Lab, is hiring. If you want a job, and you want a job that doesn't suck, come see me. I'm dead serious. I will point you to our career page. We run our own career page. We don't even let those stupid job sites run it. We run it ourselves. Come see me. I know people are getting laid off from the Metas and the Googles of the world. Good. They suck. They're there to suck you dry like vampires. We actually want things that look at the one Google guy comes over. He's like, really, bro? The one Google Cloud guy. He's like, come on, man. Yeah, robot over there he's got a Google shirt on. He's like the guy that goes to a concert and wears the band's shirt at the concert. It's like dork. Come on. But I love him.
Yeah,
I do love him. I love him.
He's amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
He will be here later on. I'm not mentioning names.
I just realized there's like IBM, Microsoft,
Yes,
like all these big, huge
in
corporations.
the middle of
Vampires.
No.
Vampires.
Well, what I'm saying is you
what were we
have
talking about?
something different.
Yeah. Right. So if you're interested, I'm working on mostly AI type systems, a lot of cyber physical defense, things like that. I also I still do space stuff. I used to do almost all like deep space, like civilian stuff. When it came to APL, we do deep space civilian stuff. We do weather space stuff. We do defense space stuff. So I'm doing I support some lunar defense stuff that I can't talk about.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that's like only a small part of my day, and then I go into like rooms with no windows and locked doors and do other things.
Next year's keynote.
More like 25 years from now when it gets declassified.
Any final thoughts? Oh, by the way, we have an open floor. So if you have a question for the keynote speakers this morning, this is your moment.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're stuck with my questions.
You know how they say I won't bite? Come on in. I will bite. Come on in. I'm hungry. Get in my belly.
Okay.
Oh, wow. They're like, no, I'm not going
No.
over. That's a disaster.
Yes,
Yeah.
no.
It's not because of her. It's me.
No, it's because of us. But anyway, I'm joining there. No. Any final thoughts about what you like about technology, about
Yes.
changing the world and our brain?
Yeah. Well, okay. So I'm not really a neuroscientist, so I'm not I don't want to comment deeply on the brain stuff beyond what I've already talked about. But what I can talk about is like changing the world, making a difference. I think I am making a difference. I'm making tools that make it easier for people to solve the real problems. So I'm solving like a meta problem, if you will, right? And it's hard. It's a problem worth solving. But be honest with yourself. You are not likely to do any one thing that's going to make this huge, massive difference overnight. But it's little things that you do that make it so that together, you are just a pebble on the mountain that we just climbed. But if we all get rolling together, we're an avalanche and we can crush anything. Just be a pebble in the avalanche, but be a cool pebble. I don't mean like cool, like leather jacket cool.
Oh,
That's my shtick. That's me. Yeah.
You're rocking that.
That's what $200 will get you, you know. I mean, I bought my cool, right? I'm not actually cool. Maybe with the hair, maybe. But the point is, like, do something that's worthy to you, and just kill it. Just do it as best you can, and it will make a difference. I swear, it will. You will be part of the avalanche. And then the other thing is, young people. I think there's this big push for really young people to be coders. And as if it's some sort of magic key. It's not really. It's not the coding itself. That sort of thing. That's not the key. It's getting young kids, and I say young, I mean preteen, teen, before college. It's getting them interested in solving problems, right? It doesn't matter if it's coding. It could be building something with tools with your hands, you know, like a trade. It could be medicine. Whatever your domain is, get them interested in being thoughtful and creative with their problem solving now. And it just so happens that coding is it's a technical science. It's also very creative. There's a creativity to it, and I don't mean like graphics. Just in general, like how do I solve this problem? So I think it's important, but don't lose sight of the fact that it's really not the coding. Coding's not the panacea. It's the creative thought. It's the thing that makes us human.
It's a tool. Code,
Yeah.
It's a tool.
It's just a tool. The real important thing is up here. Oh, we tied it back. See how we did
Yeah,
that?
oh my God.
She's good, folks. She's real good.
Well,
She like hypnotized me. I didn't even mean to say all that. Dang.
well, last call for a question. None? Okay. Our audience is very shy.
They're right
so-
there. There's a bunch of people right here. We can see them.
Oh, I could have turned the camera around, but believe me, there's people there.
I dare you to point at the guy right there looking at the screen and be like, you, get over here.
Ask a question.
Yeah, ask your question.
now.
Here, yeah. Yes, you. Yeah, come on. Look at him. He's like, oh, God. Oh, you weren't sure if we were pointing. It was mostly a gimmick, but do you have any questions?
Oh, no. I was just interested in what you guys do, and could you tell me more about JFrog, software, and
Oh, you want to know more about JFrog?
I haven't used the application.
All right.
Don't worry, we have our booth.
No. He came to the right place.
Well, actually, they
You know
use
what?
it.
You know
they
what?
use it.
We use JFrog at our work, but
Artifactory,
and I know
actually.
so much about JFrog. But you know what? Since she's kind of new, I want to test her. Why don't you tell us more about JFrog?
Well, actually, for first, is we sponsor this kind of event so people can know more about our tools and what we're doing. And
Yeah, that's right. Sponsored.
and speakers. No. But we are the supply, let me get it right, software supply chain platform. Thank you very much for my co-speaker, Lori.
Pantomiming over
So
here.
what we do is help other companies develop software fast and secure. At the end of the day, that's what we do. And actually, you can see our demos on the other side. That will be perfect.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. Whatever. Hey. This is what I get for literally randomly grabbing somebody out of a crowd and say, you're drafted. Get over here and ask some questions.
No, but it was awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Sean. It was a pleasure
Hell
having
yeah.
you twice now.
I'll stick around.
Here.
I don't know what to do next, actually.
Oh,
I'll
no,
just go
please
sit
stay
there.
Yes, you are always welcome.
Okay, cool.
Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you.